hello. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Well, here we are then. We are going to take you back in time. In fact, we're going to take you back to October last year, October 2023, when we just got rid of Storm Babet and we were waiting the return of Storm Chiron. And in between, we snuck out of the Yelvertoft Marina and we went for a lovely little autumnal cruise. And we'd like to take you along with us and show you some of the lovely sights that we saw on that cruise. Now, you'll notice that the lovely Carol is not with me today. She's absolutely fine before you all start asking, and she'll be with us in the next vlog. But for now, let's just get on with the cruise, shall we? And I'll tell you a little bit more at the end. Finally, after we have endured a storm Babet late October, and before Chiron comes around in a week's time, Carol and I decided to take the opportunity to get out on the cut. As you can see, the sun was quite low in the sky then as well. Despite it being late October, when you would expect the leaves to have changed, they are beginning to now show their true autumnal colours. So as we leave the marina, we will go to starboard and head out into what we hope is going to be a beautiful, beautiful autumnal cruise. As we pass Yelvertoft Marina to our starboard side, I'm very surprised to see that there are still leaves on the trees. Storm Babet was indeed quite a rough one, and it was cutting across our broadside in the marina. And when Carol and I were on the boat, it was absolutely rocking. It was like a child in a cradle. It was something I've not experienced before, to be hit broadside by such a storm, but very enjoyable all the same, just like being out at sea. Certainly the mellow colours of autumn are beginning to make themselves evident. Browns, yellows, reds, and it's just so nice. It's just a beautiful time of the year. Today's cruise is going to take us up to one of our favourite locations between bridges 27 and 28. Now, Bridge 28 is where the lost settlement of Elkington is. If you're on an aeroplane, you can probably just make out the boundary of that lost hamlet. This hamlet is in the West Northamptonshire part of England and means Elter's Hill. In 1377, the hamlet showed to be having 30 taxpayers over the age of 14. It's quite incredible today to think that children as young as 14 were expected to not only work but to pay tax. Sadly, in 1412, the village is described as being destitute of inhabitants, apart from the 7 servitors at the Pipewell Abbey. This is probably due to the plague. Today, there are no houses left in the village, except for a single remaining farm. Incidentally, if your surname is Elkington, you are highly likely to have descended from this village. And Elkington is a very common surname in Leicestershire, Oxfordshire and Warwickshire. There are a number of nice mooring points along this stretch of the canal, and indeed some of them have very, very good broadband signals. So if you have a requirement to be working from your narrowboat, then this stretch can be quite useful to you. Although we did find that as we got nearer to the Leicestershire parts of the canal before it joins the river, the amount of broadband did vary quite considerable. However, for today we are only going, as I said, to Bridge 28, which from Yelvertoft Marina is about a comfortable 1.5 hour cruise. So it's not a very long way to be going, but it certainly is very picturesque. As you can see to our starboard side now, there is a lot of open countryside. And indeed, there is some beautiful forestation just before Bridge 27, which is great in the summer when it is really, really hot. As you can see, the colours for autumn are there, they are beginning to appear, but as I mentioned earlier, surprisingly not as vivid as one might expect. However, 1 week we stayed along this stretch of the canal and returned. There we found the leaves to have changed immensely within that 1 week, and because we had Storm Kieran coming in, we then decided to come back to the marina. Now, we don't want to repeat this journey in reverse per se, but our next vlog will be autumn as seen from the photographic point of view. Now, Carol, as you know, loves taking a photographs, and many of the photographs that you will see in our next vlog, which we've set to music, will be our return journey, and the difference in the actual vividness of the leaves and the berries was really notable. So look out for that one when it comes along. But for now, we're just going to go through this lovely forest here, which has some great walks in the summer on our starboard side. You can walk all the way through there, and it's really cooling, relaxing when the sun is beating down on you. Here we go then, Bridge 27, which you can walk back along the towpath and over the top of that into the farmer's field. Aha! I spy a slot. Just here on our port side, just beyond Bridge 27, is enough room for a couple of narrowboats to sneak in there, overlooking this fantastic view over the farmer's field. The broadband here is absolutely excellent, and it was here that we were to spend most of that week enjoying, relaxing, and watching the wildlife. And why not? Do you know what? We love this particular spot, and we know that it's a favourite spot of Alan from my Narrowboat venture. Mm, lovely little spot, little secret spot. Yeah, and in fact, in the springtime, and you can see that farmer's field. It's absolutely full. Last year it was broad beans. We didn't go across to take any, you of course, you understand. But we did walk across the bridge because walking across the bridge is where you go into that forest, and it's lovely, absolutely gorgeous. So we hope you enjoyed this sort of cruising vlog. Our vlogs are going to change now, and that was the last real cruising vlog we had per se. That is with just music, minimal chat from moi, and we're looking forward to telling you more in the very near future. Now, our next vlog, which will be quite hot on the tail of this one, has got no chit on it at all. It's actually showing you the stark contrast of 1 week in the autumn here in England. Now, the transformation in that 1 week was enormous. So what we've done is, Carol, as you know, is really good at taking photographs. So she's put together a collage of favourite photos from that cruise back. I've set it to a bit of music. We've done an intro and we've done an outro, and we're going to let you have a look at that very shortly in the next few days, so look out for that one. Moving on from that, we have news about Morning Star, and we have news on, well, I tell you what, let's wait until we get there. Carol's beside me and we'll tell you then. So until next time, this is Ian saying ta-ra for now.